Hey guys, Gelgoog197 again. This time with a review of the 144 scale Gelgoog / Gelgoog cannon from the original Gundam series and the Mobile Suit MSV series. So for colors we get a very nice militaristic feel. I mean, there's the dark gray for most of the limbs, a dark, very militaristic green for most of the torso, and then there's another even darker gray for most of the joints, and then some slight yellow for the shield. For stickers, you only have, you get two options for the mono eyes. Either you have a black strip with the mono eye molded on it, or you get just a mono eye, because the track on which the mono eye is on is black. Well, is a very dark blue. Oh yeah, that's another color. Very dark blue for some parts like the feet and the shield here as well. And the other stickers are on the Gelgoog cannon head for the front camera, and that's all the stickers you need for this guy. So on to articulation, and that's where this guy really shines for a Gelgoog. The head goes bit up, bit down, we'll turn around all the way, and if you pull off his scalp here, you see that the mono eye is on a little track and you can move him. It's very tight, but you can move it side to side if you pull it hard enough. Now to get this back. Come on. Now it's too far to the left. Well, then I'll just have to do it. Back on. There we go. Now onto the arms. First of all, the shoulder armor goes up really far like that, and the arm goes out that far. Of course, we'll turn around all the way. Also, a little bit backwards and forwards, like that. Then we'll rotate around. And here the elbow is just on one joint, unfortunately, but it seems like they only give double joints to gym models. And gives a nice 90 degrees. And then the hand here is, as usual, on a ball joint. We'll wiggle around, turn around, and everything a ball joint does. Now the torso has some, well, kind of nice, but also a bit less nice, because it has a ball joint here, but the problem is it's plastic rubbing against plastic. So for now it's very tight, but it will inevitably run out. So backwards, forwards, and also a very little bit side to side. And I'm already starting to notice, well, it's already starting to get looser. I mean, in the beginning it was very tight. I barely could move it, and I was afraid that I was going to break it, but now it actually goes really well. So I'm afraid that if I do it a few more times, it'll get really loose. Now, another joint, stomach here, will make him turn around all the way. And now to his legs, and this is very, very good for a Gelgoog. You have the side skirts, side skirts / front skirts here. Well, there's a little problem with those. I mean, they will sometimes pop out a little bit and then they will just flail around. So it can be very loose. But they give the Gelgoog a very nice range of movements. Goes up all the way like that. Backwards like that. And then they go out like that. Now, the part that surprised me the most was the knee joint. It's a double joint and gives him a very nice range of movement. I mean, this is a lot better than the Master Grade 1.0, which barely got a 90 degree bend, and it's also better than the Gelgoog Jaeger. Now his feet also have that wicked Zaku joint, which allows the foot to go out all the way like that for one reason or another. Of course, we'll rotate around that, side to side, and just forwards and backwards like that in a normal way. And let's go from one high point to another one, the accessories. So for starters, with the normal Gelgoog accessories, you get 2 extra hands. Hand number 1 is a left open hand. Very nicely detailed and a very nice pose. And hand number 2 is the inevitable trigger finger hand with the beam rifle, which looks very nice but has trouble staying up. And that's quite unfortunate, really. I guess that's why they gave you the extra left hand. Because there are 2 ways to solve the problem. Number 1 is make sure that it's at an angle, or that it's like hitting stuff so that it won't fall. Or solution number 2 is, of course, one of the uses of the left hand is simply to support it. Still, it is unfortunate, but it can be fixed. So the other normal Gelgoog accessories include a beam Nagita, and you can store this on a lot of places. Get this little clip here, clip it on, and then you can store it here on the back, like that. And then you get the shield, which can mount on either arm and can also be mounted on the back here. Then you simply gotta flip this thing here and put it on here. And if you take the clip again, then you can also store the beam Nagita on the shield on here or here. For the sake of, I don't know, variation, I guess. And like I said, then you can simply store it on the arm. And of course you also want to hold it, so let's pull them out and go with the very nice yellow beam blades you get with the beam Nagita. Simply put them in, remove this clip here, and then you just gotta make sure that they are the exact opposite of each other so that they look their best. Come on, there we go. Rotate them around a bit so that they look good. That. And then simply grab one of the holding hands. And unlike the beam rifle, he holds it really, really well. Put it. Close the hand. Like I said, no really problems holding the beam Nagita. Which is quite ironic because nowadays it seems to be the opposite. In general, they have trouble holding their beam sabers, but they have no real problems holding their beam rifles. So, oh yeah, of course it also comes with the head for the MS-14A Gelgoog for the mass production type without a commander fin. Simply swap the scalp, and there you go. And now to make the other mobile suit of this kit, the Gelgoog cannon. So for starters, you simply remove these vents here, and their detail is a bit underwhelming. If I take this here from the Mossgrid 1.0, you can see that there are actual vents in here, whereas this is just a solid piece of plastic, which looks very uninteresting. But let's bring in the Gelgoog cannon accessories, which look a lot more interesting. You get this very nice looking, I think it's kind of like a grenade launcher thing, rocket launcher thing. It goes in there. And the other arm, pull this out. And you get a very nice compact shield, which I guess is a lot more handy than the big oversized Gelgoog shield. Clips in there. Then for the back, this was actually a lot easier to remove than I was expecting. Simply pull it out and replace it with the main event of this entire kit. Huge ass beam cannon. Simply slide in there. And then last but definitely not least, replace the head with the Gelgoog cannon head. And once again, you can choose to either have it without the commander antenna or with the commander antenna. And talking about heads, the normal head the MS-14A head has the problem that this little part here is very easy to remove. Well, I say problem, but it's also kind of a necessary evil, because you need this, of course, to replace the head. And here you have it, the MS-14C Gelgoog cannon. Some final notes on the Gelgoog cannon. You can remove this piece here and replace it with this peg here so that you can store the beam Nagita on the Gelgoog cannon, like so. And you might have noticed that I was able to remove the cover piece very easily, but unlike that cover piece, this peg is very, very difficult to remove and will require a lot of fiddling. So be warned when you make a Gelgoog cannon. And some extra movement on the Gelgoog cannon backpack. These thrusters will move up and down. And for some reason, if you're familiar with the separatable front skirts some of the Gundams and Gems come with, this seemed to have a similar option. And the head of the Gelgoog cannon also has the same movable mono-eye as the normal Gelgoog head. So, now, as always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? Well, it retails for around 1,600 yen, was released in 2007, and it has very, very little issues. So, definitely yes. I mean, this is a great kit, lots of customization options, and pretty much all the problems it has can be overlooked. I mean, the beam rifle is a problem, but yeah, if you tuck it away a little bit, it won't really fall out, and you can always support it with the left arm. Yeah, the single elbow joint is something a lot of kits seem to do for some reason. So that leaves us with only the good points. It looks very, very nice and looks very menacing, like it should. I mean, this was Zeon's final answer for the Gundam, and you can see that this would have been an answer if they were able to put out more of these menacing machines. So, some comparisons with the Gelgoog Jaeger. And here is the Master Grade Gelgoog. And for a final comparison shot, here is the fixed figuration Gem Sniper, and as you can see, the Gelgoog is a pretty big mobile suit. So, that's all for this review, and see you at the next one.